Hello everyone, and good morning, good afternoon to whomever, whatever, however you are. This is the EU 6v6 Heavy. Yes, I know I may have been objectifying people, but that was,
I was just impressed with how inclusive you were.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very
I try. You gotta learn to be pretty inclusive. In my line of work. I think we've got some holdovers.
Well, I'm hyped, by the way.
Oh, hype! The hype is real, indeed. All right, and we are getting right into this kendo here. We've got Rick versus Erdo Cunt for Omega B. This is the match between Omega B and Virtual Knightmares, by the way, everyone in the EU 6v6 Heavy. So many brandy
getting
fakes.
that brandy, but not quite enough.
Nope.
Rick takes him down.
Broad too strong. And now we have Ez Tamura coming in with a halberd. Not going to be able to do much work. Going to die very quickly to Rick. Skull going to try to take up the helm. A little bit of a ring around the rosy here.
Yep, I told Rick to get back in the middle, so he's going to go back there. Skull with the Sword of War is going to try and make sure that his team does not get aced by Rick, who's doing everything he can. Lands 2 more stabs.
But they're going back and forth now. Sword of War. Oh, but he can't do it. Rick delivers. And could this be Kendo Ace? Got a lot of hope for Rick. He does it. Skull fucking Buddha with the gambles. Not going to make it. Now Avina. The last best hope for Omega B team.
Yeah, at this point, Rick is almost entirely back on Stam. So it's going to be a tall order for Avina in this class to stop these
he's
stabs
gone.
that are just...
Oh my god. And that, I think... Oh, no, we do have one remaining member. Kautsavili. Versus Rick, and he's got a mace for some ungodly reason. Oh,
Yeah,
Rick is out of stam, but he's running. He's got the... No! Kaut doesn't know what to do. He's got no health, and he goes down. Wow.
Yeah, Count did not pressure Rick when he was low on Stam, and
Nope.
it's interesting, he had the Grand Mace and Fling Mace, which would be great if they were going against Knights, but all I saw that entire time was an MAA, so neither of those weapon choices were going to be ideal.
Yes, indeed. And that is going to give VK the pick between first pick or side.
And okay, so it looks like right now, VK is going to ban Hideout, Omega is going to ban Darkforest. Those two are out. Then we have a pick on Battlegrounds and a pick on Outpost.
Oh, yes! This is just what I wanted to see.
It looks like a ban from Cove is going to come out.
Expected as much.
And so... And a ban on Stones Hill is
Oh,
going to come
yes. The randomizer is going to come out, the randomizer being my D6. And what's that going out? What that's going to be is Battlegrounds 1-2, Hillside 3-4, and Outpost 5-6. I'm going to call the number as soon as I roll it, which is right now. I got a 6, so that's going to be Outpost. We've seen some crazy things happen in the wonderful world of
We
chess.
have seen some crazy things happen.
The craziest being the beginning of this game.
Okay, just absolutely insane. Would you like to introduce the individual members?
Absolutely so. We've got Avina, Skull fucking Buddha, Ez Tamura, Skull, Erdo Cunt, and Kaut on Omega B. We've got Giru, Rick, Mystic, Triblex, Frank, and Albert on Virtual Knightmares.
That was a very authentic pronunciation of Albert.
Albert. I tried.
Albert.
And wow, we have a huge 6-man push on the attacker's side from Omega here. That was a great fire pot.
Yeah.
And I'm getting into the engagement. Triblex with that first blood. And it looks like Omega is actually keeping themselves relatively composed, but VK just steamrolling them in the engagement.
It's interesting that all of them are going to the Oh, never mind. Looks like all of them are pushing up except for one potential Vanguard. So they're going to be utilizing these push-ups as much as possible, which is honestly the best thing to do for this map.
Most definitely. They're coming in here with 4 melee members, but even though they will all die, they will respawn before Omega have the chance to go forward. And Omega get the team kill there, and lose a man also as a result of VK.
If they can pressure this Vanguard and MAA before they get reinforcements, they can get this numbers advantage and actually get quite a bit of burn. You already see the Vanguard hit once.
Yeah, the Man-at-Arms has not been hit yet. He finally does go down, but in return, Skullfucking Buddha gets taken down as well, and now it looks like VK finally have their footing, and they just destroy this Omega push.
Yeah, that's the advantage of the push-ups. The Vanguard and MAA did get engaged on at the torches, which is less than ideal, but they lasted long enough. They actually just traded members, so by the time the reinforcements came, it was a 3v slaughter.
Exactly. 3v slaughter, I like that. And now, wow, VK is pushed up so far ahead, and Omega with the team kill. They just can't catch a break here. And now they're stuck in a 2v1 over here against 2 VK members. However, they're doing decently well on the left side of this engagement with a 2v1, and now they've got to be able to deal with this. Now, Coot does not turn around fast enough, and it is going to be him going down. And we've still got 2 VK members, relatively unharmed, that are just harassing Omega up here.
Yeah, that could be to their detriment if Omega does this very cleanly, though, because now they're going to get desync spawns. Unfortunately, one Knight did take a lot of damage, and that Firepot's going to take them down pretty low. But still, Omega broken this blockade. That's step 1. We'll see if they can't press on to step 2.
It looks like they're trying to do just that. They have a Vanguard going across the log, and he does get the kill on Albert.
That LMB from that Brandy is so good for preventing MAs from being able to side dodge.
Oh, absolutely. It's just, the range is ridiculous. And we've got a big engagement happening over here by the fireplace. We've got First Blood going to Omega as well as second. Skullfucking Buddha taking down Frank. Giru does respond, taking down Skull. And now we're down to a 3v1 in favor of Omega. Very nice. They have taken back the momentum, it seems.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, they're not going to be able to get any torches. The engagements were just so prolonged, and they felt like they had to secure these 2v1s, so instead of ever having one person get on the actual torches and get covered by the other mates, they decided to opt for the 2v1s that honestly, they didn't bring them down fast enough. So, what they need to do is they need to win an engagement decisively enough so that they can actually dedicate somebody to get those torches off. So far, 11 minutes and 13 seconds left, and we do not have any progress on the objective, and we're going to have another 66 up here.
Yep. Looks like Omega is taking the helm, however, VK responds quite quickly, and succinctly, it is down to a 3v2 with Omega on the back foot, their last Vanguard at no health, and he finally goes down to Giru with a nice double kill.
That was just an absolute bloodbath.
Yeah.
That was destructive, and now we see these two are going on a suicide push. And suicide pushes here, as long as you do some damage, they're worth it, and he's going to get some damage off with that poleaxe. But if these 6 can crash down on this torch and this team fast enough, they can actually get a momentary numbers advantage. It's going to be up to VK to fall back. Their reinforcements have already spawned, but they're going to get engaged right before the reinforcements get there. Omega does have a temporary power play, but it's only going to be short-lived.
Now, VK has taken this engagement by the horns. Skullfucking Buddha does respond on Mystic, and the battle is happening all over the place. Not a lot of opportunity for Omega to regroup, and Triblex with that beautiful double is going to end out the fight with Rick's Zwei, bringing down Coot.
Yeah, and they're going to do push-ups yet again. They're still keeping that Vanguard there to hold out just in case there's any sneak arounds, which is a safe and probably a smart choice if they're trying to be as exhausted as possible.
And now, it looks like there's just 3 VK members here, but they're doing decently well. They do get a team kill in the process. And just 1 kill as a result of that push. Omega really needs to just get on those torches.
Yeah, I really like how Omega played that with the Knights in front. They are running triple Brandy, and sometimes their composition has been floundering a little bit. But now, this versus these 2 Vanguards, those those
Skull
sort of
fucking
war
with
and
a double.
brandy comps are going to take it out extremely fast.
Finally, we've got some progress going down on the tents. I think that's 2 tents on either side were brought down. That's good. 9 minutes remaining. They still have plenty of time to get this done.
Yeah, Albert is just absolutely getting around everyone with that MAA broadsword, or the MAA sword. It's really breaking up the lines, but we do see a flank from Erdo Count over on that left-hand side. I don't think he's actually been accounted for by VK.
No,
never mind, he has.
Oh, he has. Yep, they're going after him. Yeah, he is. He's going to regroup with his team, thankfully.
Yeah, an MAA versus a Vanguard in that setup is not going to be beneficial for the Vanguard, especially when he's got a Vanguard friend. The MAA does with
This
him.
is interesting. This engagement started as a 5v5, and it seems to be going Omega's way. VK kind of got themselves into a bad situation there.
Yeah, it was actually a 5v4 because
Yeah.
Albert and the Vanguard were 2v1ing Erdo Count on the other side. As
On the
soon
other
as
side.
they rejoin,
Oh, yeah. It went to VK immediately.
yeah, heading up the scoreboard, 8 minutes left. Rick 12-4, Treblex 12-5, Albert 9-2. These are some impressive scores.
Absolutely. 7 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. Yeah, VK is running up some numbers for sure.
Yeah, Omega B sticking in it impressively though, but you see over on that side that Knight just engages a little bit too fast. Now the rest of his team is down. They get a TK. That Brandy is very long, but it can also hit your teammates. Now 3, 2, 1. No.
That's it.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
Down to 0.
Yeah, I mean I really like the heavy Brandy sort of war comp that Omega's running. At the same time, they have no archers to soften BK up. They have no recourse to deal with these knights too quickly. Besides that Grand Mace, which has all but been shut down. But
Right now, oh gosh, they were looking really good in that engagement, and they still kind of are, but they grouped up in a really bad spot, and they just all got hit several times. They should be able to get some torches here, but that engagement didn't go as well as it could have, but they won out, thankfully.
yeah, and so thankful for them that VK doesn't have an archer to pick off some of these stragglers
Yeah.
that are super low right now. They're going to put 2 at the cart, though. If they continue with this, they're only going to be able to get 1. Oh, wow, the
Oh,
fire.
beautiful fire pot there. That saved them another 10. Erdo would have gotten at least 1 more. And that's that. I think both objectives are at about 25% progress with 6 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, looking at Omega B, in order for them to take this, they need to get a lot more if they're going to have 4 on the torches than just one torch. What they need to make sure and do is try and get as many people on those torches as possible.
Looks like it's a 5, almost a full team engage. Yeah, full team engage for VK coming in here for Omega. And Omega is trading kill for kill, and they are actually doing pretty good. Coot responds against Mystic. However, everyone is low right now. It's all about last hits. And it looks like Omega is going to take it. Though, perhaps by the skin of their teeth. Let's see. But it looks like Giru, good kill on Estamora. And Giru will survive in the end. Not for long, however.
Yeah, Gyro spamming those feints, and like this has happened before, there's going to be a temporary power play on the torches if they can get to it. Actually, they're going to be a little bit lackadaisical, perhaps waiting for that Vanguard reinforcement to get closer, so they're going to have no 4v3 power play. In fact, it's going to be a 3v2 on one side and a 1v1 on the other. This is going to go pretty evenly, trade kills back and forth.
Turns into a 4v2.
Yeah. This is going to be very good for Omega, actually, perhaps.
Yeah, they are going to get at least 110 here. They've got 4 members remaining at this torch
They need
spot.
a second torch runner, though.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, it seemed like Estamora there was just standing around until Rick came along and double killed both of them.
yeah, and I don't even think that Skull got a torch.
Yeah, it doesn't look like any progress was made. He may have missed. That is terribly unfortunate.
Yeah, with 4 minutes and 32 seconds left to go, you got to get all the progress you can.
This is looking more and more like a DNF. Let's see what happens.
Birdo Count says in chat that every time that a tent is burned, a lonely kitty finds a home.
A beautiful
We'll see if VK
statement.
is feeling charitable. But right now,
Yeah, they're feeling charitable of death, and they're giving plenty of it to Omega right here. Almost a perfect clear with 2 Omega members remaining with no health. They go down as, again, only 1 death to their name. VK lives up.
By the
to
way,
their name.
those that participate in our charity tournaments, when we ask you to donate to these causes, we are not asking you to donate death and destruction like VK are currently doing.
Yes, we do not recommend that. We donate good things to things like Doctors Without Borders and not death. That would be bad. However, VK, again, dealing out death in droves. Omega finally responding with their own death dealing. However, Giru and Rick, the unstoppable forces that they are, just will not die. Except to each other's hands, apparently.
Yes, that they're like diamond. The only thing that can cut them is each other.
Diamond. It's a beautiful analogy. Finally, Giru will go down. I mean, if you smash diamond with enough rocks, it'll
Yeah, it's going to be up to Omega to make sure that they wait up for their reinforcements to get there, though. Their spawns will get there before Giru does. They'll have a temporary 6v5 power play, and it looks like they do that. So, I mean, Omega B does have the benefit of strategy and coordination to some degree.
Yeah, they're trying. Just it seems as soon as they move up, they just can't win these engagements. And yeah, Frank getting a beautiful double there with that spear. I had not seen that spear until now. That's a very solid spear play. Oh, but looks like in the back we have an Omega sneak attack from our trusty man-at-arms Skull. And he's doing decently well. He got a kill. He finally goes down to Giru. But he did get a tent, and now both objectives are almost on 50%. I guess that's something.
Yes, that's very good for them. The Vanguard went up a little bit early onto the Knight on that left side before the MAA could reinforce him and was in a matchup that was not very favorable to him. Sword Vanguard versus Sword Knight.
And now we've got this 5v3 here, but it looks like Omega's taken it to the helm. Frank with that early throwing axe TK kind of sealed the deal. And Omega has a clear path.
Yeah, nice 2v1 onto Giru, and I like what they're doing. They have multiple torch runners this time. They're getting a cycle of 2 on the right. They're sending their MAA to try and get some of these harder ones on the left. This could be the objective.
This could be it, yeah. 1 minute 45 seconds left. VK kind of slow to respond. They're trying. They're going to a dead spot. Yeah, they're going to take this objective. Wait a minute. There's 1 tent remaining.
And it is the farthest tent, the most difficult one to get.
Oh gosh. That tent. That could be what loses Omega this objective.
And to be honest, what?
Wait, what?
Did they do the sneak around?
What in the... Yeah! As Tamora got around, nobody saw him. Incredible.
Excellent job from Omega. They just got all that burn right there. I mean, that's what they were looking for that entire time, was that heavy team wipe. They finally got a rotation going with multiple torch goers. They finally trusted their teammates, because that's what you have to do. If you feel like you have to break off and make sure that your numbers advantage is absolute, then you're not going to get as many torch runners, and you're not trusting your teammate to win their fights. But eventually they get
I've seen Omega do that. They're trying to win this 2v1 by pushing up, but I don't know that VK can really get anything done at this point. Omega are going to get this cart a decent distance at the very least. That is just the nature of this objective.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at the scores, there's lots of KDs. There's no one that has worse than a 0.3 KD. All the KDs are right around 0.5, unless you're Skull fucking Buddha, who's at the very top. We should probably just call him Buddha.
Yeah, probably. It looks like here, finally, Omega was stopped to an extent, and yeah, it looks like VK is going to stall the cart, finally. And now going to just bring the pain with their 5-man steamroll.
Yeah,
and this they can do.
This objective is one of those where if you're on Agatha, you kind of don't want to go over the barricade unless you're with your entire team and can commit. Otherwise, you saw 2 people got caught out. The third felt like he had to reinforce, and now you
delayed
have
spawn, losing time.
Exactly, and time is everything in team objective, Teripper.
Oh yeah. That is quite true. Speaking of time, 6 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock, and VK is showing no signs of slowing their harassment. Finally, some of them will go down. There is now a 2v4 at spawn, but Rick is unstoppable. He just beheads Avina as though it is nothing. Gets the double with Airdo Cunt, gets the triple with Skull fucking Buddha. Can he make it a quad? No, he's gonna get burned to death by Skull. The kill streak is ended by something as minor as fire. Finally, Omega take back their spawn from the clutches of VK. They are making their way to the cart, unimpeded. There are just 4 VK members around this cart, so Omega has the numbers advantage. They should be able to take it. They get that great first kill on Triplex, and they have the advantage in groupings. They've got a 4v2 over here on the right, but Rick and Frank are doing absolute work. Rick with that double, and they're coming back around to reinforce, and it looks like Omega just cannot win this engagement.
No, I was really happy to see Buddha on the right-hand side in the 1v2 play more defensively, waiting for his team to wipe up on the other side, but instead his team gets wiped up.
Yeah, it's just Omega's complete mop-up from VK was absolutely surprising. They looked so strong while they were coming down, but I think once VK got their 6-man ready, they were just going hard.
They were going hard in the paint, and that's what they're doing right now.
Indeed, yeah, they're getting it's kill for kill though. And it's now a 3v2, however, because VK came in with 5 members. Rick goes down, as well as Triplex, and now the 6th member of VK coming up, Giru. But everyone on Omega is low as heck. In fact, I'm pretty sure, yep, Airdo was one shot. The cart will move, however, thanks to one of Omega's trusty dusty vanguards, who is not, in fact, low, so this should be an interesting fight.
Well, yeah, he wants to just go back here, because, I mean, this is going to be a 3v3, but their reinforcements are going to get there first. But they're engaging here. This is going to be a 4v6. Looks like an Albert's already taking down one.
Yeah, this is a bloodbath for Omega. They do respond by taking down Rick and Frank, and Giru gets a team kill, so it is now a 2v3 on the part of Omega, but Giru with the maul. Just the unstoppable force.
It's interesting, they actually had a way to get out there and reinforce and have a whole team engagement, but it looks like they're going to sneak that vanguard around. They're trying to utilize these single-member pushes as much as possible.
I don't know if that's such a good idea, just with the ease Triplex brought down Airdo there. And VK finally have a 6-man ready to go.
Yeah, when they had a 3v Giru, they actually tried to send people to the cart, and he ended up picking off 2 in 2 different 1v1s. If they had stayed back and desynced his spawn, or delayed his spawn by 3v1ing cleanly and healing, they might have been able to push the cart with a 6v5 advantage. But going for the single push definitely is going to get more guaranteed progress in the short run.
It's long-term over short-term, I guess, in the end. And VK, they don't need any long-term plans. They just bring down the opposition, and that is exactly what they're doing. Now a 5v1. That was a quick, clean engage.
Yeah, with 2 minutes and 42 seconds right now, it seems like your long-term plan for VK is thinking about already going on to the next section. Because honestly, to get this wagon, to get this cart through and get the doors down is just going to be such a tall order for Omega. I'm not sure if it's
going to take a miracle, effectively.
Yeah.
It takes far too much time.
But if you believe in the based EU gods, let's pray to the based EU god Crush. He's the only one I'm aware of.
Yeah, I hesitate to mention anyone else. Yeah, it looks like VK is just cleaning up at this point. We got an engagement happening over there. The 2v5 not going anywhere. Skull responds against Mystic. He's gone Knight and can't make anything happen though.
Yeah, you don't need any mystical explanation for why VK won that fight.
Nope. Just sharp weapons and hard mauls. And we have a solo VK push up here from Rick. And can he do anything? No, he can't. And I think VK knows that they've got this in the bag.
Yeah, they're just gonna stay by the cart and just chill. You see their They're very relaxed with their formation right now, to be honest.
Yeah, they're very organic, just moving around. Frank gets a kill on Skull. He then gets a team kill, but he makes it a double. And Yer brings down Ez Tamora, and now it's a 2v2. 3v2. Scratch that with Buddha getting the TK
I really
on
like what
Gu.
Giru's doing with that heavy weapon. Is he's in those situations he's swapping down to the more guaranteed damage when he has a partner. It's much easier to get flinches off with that sword and supplement another partner, especially when your versus are already low health target. Lots of people don't switch to their secondaries quite enough
Oh, absolutely.
to tailor to the situation, so really nice to see vets having a discipline to that.
Yeah, you know, here, Buddha's fighting back. Rick with the triple. Can he make it a quad? I have no doubt that he can, and he does. Can he make it a penta with his own team? Looks like he was about to, but he...
I mean, let's be frank. Frank stole those two just to deny Rick the ace.
I couldn't be Frank if I tried.
No, Frank is...
He's just too good.
Frank is 27 and 16 and 25 right now,
Yeah,
along with the other impressive scores.
Then we got Rick in his own arena up there with 48 and 13. Whole 18 kills higher than the next highest, Giru. And that's that round, folks. That time was it was a DNF on the second objective for Omega B.
Okay. Phew, that almost started before Rick was ready.
Close.
But yeah, your obligations as a caster, you feel like there's, one, an obligation to be honest, and two, you feel like there's an obligation to never call a match before it's done and always trying to make it as exciting as possible. But I think right now, unless Omega pull off the biggest miracle in the history of Chivalry,
Hey.
I think VK will be moving on.
Yep. You never know, but VK is just so solid, so consistent in their engagements. I don't know if we can expect anything magical from Omega, but we'll see. Omega is Mason. They are going to be defending in this match. And it looks like VK doing a really good flank here. Omega just completely letting it happen. And already Tent's getting burned down so quickly. And the engagements are happening all over the place. We've already got 50% on both objectives. It's not even a minute in.
Yeah, Mystic and Trevlex were definitely the sacrificial cows there, but they got so much out of it.
Look at all they're getting. They're going to have this objective done in 2 minutes. They've got 4 teammates here. There's no way Omega can come back from this.
Nope, this is just going to be an incredibly fast objective.
Wow, that was barely more than 2 minutes. Holy crap! Wait, that was barely more than a minute.
Yeah. That was a single push.
That was 1 minute and 6 seconds. Okay, that may have been the fastest time I've ever seen this objective taken.
Yeah, that was absolutely brutal. It took Omega so long to take out the sacrificial lambs. They had almost everything burnt. It was incredible to watch.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. That was unprecedented from VK. 1 minute 6 seconds. I'm sorry, I keep repeating that time, but it's just, it bears mentioning. Finally, Omega making a comeback in their defense. The card is moving fast. Erdo does get a takedown, but VK just so strong in their engagements. This is a 3v3, but I don't see it going the way of Omega here. Even despite the superior numbers, Omega is going to lose this. And Giru's TK. Just, finally Skull gets a kill on Rick, but Triblex brings him down for 2 VK members on the card.
Yeah, it looks like the card is actually already past the point at which they have won. So this is formally a VK victory.
That was fast.
Hoorah! Yeah.
Indeed. I can see both teams seem to be into playing it out.
I'd be interested to see if
Omega can DNF VK on final objective.
Well, that would be astounding. My thought
incredible.
is VK might actually try to just go for like the perfect run of just, they've had this card pushing the entire time. They got that first objective as fast as possible. Now if they can make sure that they're always hitting this, they
have a full
quite
team.
feasibly have a perfect run.
No, they're missing one man for a full team against this door. They will be able to get it down almost as fast as one could possibly get it.
Yep, and Giru is going to try to run interference over on the side, and Frank's going to try and help. And they're actually going to hold them off for a decent bit of time.
Yeah, this door should be going down any second now. We've got the 1v2 over here from, looks like, Mystic, and he's holding out like a champ. Just, oh my gosh, 21-24 on the clock, and on the final objective for VK here. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, Mystic was at the bottom of the scoreboard last time, and at the bottom of the scoreboard this time. But I mean, he's got 8 assists, and you just saw that it's almost that he's at the bottom because his teammates are just getting so many kills.
Yeah, he can't catch a break. He was. Did you see that 1v2? He held those two for like a solid 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was some really great pairing. At the same time, this Omega team is the Omega B team.
True.
It's a less experienced team. I mean, you can even see that they've got a rank 35. They've got 2 rank 35s in here and a rank 43, versus a team that has 4 members rank 60 and above,
as well as a plethora of tournament victories under their belts.
Yeah,
I mentioned.
Yeah,
this is foregone conclusion.
Yeah, and in fact, they're winning this. They could theoretically get the perfect run, where they have not been stopped at any point on any of the objectives for any length of time.
I think they're running on the same engagement spawn as they were at the end of last objective, which is absurd. Oh, the Kata! The Kata from Erdo gets a team kill, but also takes down Albert.
Yeah, the other thing is that you'd expect, I believe Dumbledore is the Omega B team captain. He's not here.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I know he's a very strong Knight player.
Yes, he is really strong, and I just thought of it because we saw Omega trying to channel their inner Dumbledore and get on the catapult.
Oh gosh, yeah, you know Gomba likes his Kata.
Yeah, I still recall in the first game. Oh, I guess Erdocount is Dumbledore.
Oh, is he? Ah, okay.
Okay.
Wow, that chieftain just took a freaking Kata to the face, but then he died succinctly. Well, that has to have been one of the fastest games I've ever had the pleasure of watching. Other than that first objective, I gotta give it to Omega though for, in the first game, for taking that first objective on VK. I mean, that's very good of them to do, despite it being in the last minute of the game.